Hello, I hope you're well. Welcome to another video. I hope you're not going to get scared. No, it's not too bad at the moment. What I've been experiencing, just very odd. Anyway, before we get started, please be aware there is a candle in the window there because it's evening time. I normally record this sort of afternoon, but you can see it's getting dark. It just feels more dark in here tonight. The time is moving on, isn't it? We're getting towards the autumn. So anyway, I have a candle. You may hear it burning as well, but be interesting to see what you pick up if you're watching. I'm trying to look and see if there's anything on the TV and at the window there or behind me. I can see somebody behind me right now. Yeah, there's a shadow. Oh yeah, the sunglasses, everything. Right behind me here. There's like shimmer on the camera and everything. Oh my goodness, that's quite strong. There's some energy right beside me. Oh yeah, I can see huge face. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see the huge face here. Is that you, Nathan? Oh my goodness, I think that is my main guide. Yes, that is really strong. Let me know if you see it. Okay, so what's been happening? Well, lots as usual. Very odd things, especially last night. I was very hot last night. They've let me have one day this week where I've actually been asleep. And things went right on that day. Everything was great. They've been pushing me towards getting going with my writing again, but that hasn't worked out well for them because of everything that happened in the past. I can be quite volatile. Sorry, I've just seen something around my throat. Yeah, some oddness. Sorry. It's because I'm looking into a glass cabinet here as well, so let me know what you see. It seems to be like a show and tell today. But they've been trying to get me to do my writing again. It hasn't worked because what's happened before. They're trying to get me to get my confidence back, and I've just been shouting at them. Okay, I'm not doing that. Get lost. Yeah, and but here a few of my books are on Inkit for free, so you can read them at the moment. And one in particular has been about past life, and a not so nice past life. I've always been told I've been murdered 4 times, which is great, isn't it? What was I doing to get murdered 4 times? One of them was a particularly nasty guy who is my stalker, spirit stalker, who's here sometimes. You can see him. I don't know why he's banging his feet. So to get my attention, he's banging his feet right now. I can hear bang, 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 bang. It's around this area. Anyway, so and I've been putting on the last chapters because you load it onto Inkit in chapters. And within 4 days, one of my books, and I haven't got all of the data yet, but it's like way over, it's thousands of people have been reading it. So I'm really, really pleased. It's great to get that kick again. You know, I've been stuck on Amazon after I was very successful 2014, 2015, 16, and then it sort of died a death. And I stopped writing, and then I started writing, and it went off and on like that. And I had a publisher mess my work around. I've had my work stolen, the works, so it sort of went dead. And anyway, but I went back through this book, and I haven't read it for quite a few years. And it was all about this past life that I had in Wisconsin, which some of you may know already from my videos on my Sarah and the Shadow Man channel, which I do world channel messages on and predictions and the oddness that's going on, the darkness that's going on in the world at the moment. So you can check that out on there. But basically, very odd experiences with it. I actually came into contact with people. I wrote about it I'm obsessed with the Lake District, which is in the northwest of the UK, England, and it's beautiful, beautiful place. Mountains, lakes, hence Lake District. And I wrote about, I usually go to Keswick, and I go off to the other Ullswater and Grasmere and all those places. Tom Cruise gets the Grasmere gingerbread. He loves it. He was in the queue for that apparently one day. So Grasmere gingerbread, it is unique. It's not like normal gingerbread. It is fantastic. Grasmere in the Lake District. It's where Wordsworth was as well. So anyway, and I said it on this island. I can't remember the name of the island, but it fascinated me since I was a kid. And I wrote this story, and it was connected to the US and Wisconsin, because I told I had 3 lives in Wisconsin. I'm being corrected. 4 lives in Wisconsin. So 4 lives in Wisconsin, okay, and one of them, 1800s, late 1800s, I got sent from Connecticut all the way to Wisconsin to live with a family of cousins, and they were all blokes. And I don't know how much of it is gospel, if you know what I mean, but basically I fell in love with the younger brother, who we were cousins, who's my main guy, and said he is. There are other people here who I think would argue with him, and he and I got married, but somebody else, this stalker guy who was around me, didn't like that, and I basically got abused by him. And then, oh jeez, somebody has just appeared full on over there. Who's that? Oh, that's nice. Thanks very much for that. Just reminded me. It's him. And basically, I felt uneasy since I've done it. I felt dirty. I've had to go in the shower. Everything is really, really weird. I don't feel right. And my main guides, this shouldn't be happening. It should have gone. Why is it still affecting you? Which is usually a prompt for me to do more investigation as to why it's still hanging around. It's some lesson, obviously. But basically, this guy abused me. All sorts of horrible things happened. And even though I was with somebody else, and tried to kill him, and then we managed to get back together and ran all the way. This is in the story, so I don't know how much of it is true, but ended up going to the Lake District, living on this island, and but he still came and found us and killed me. And when they first told me about it, I could see, I've talked about it before on the Sarah and the Shadow Man, my incarnation from the past, Sarah. I'm called Sarah and she's called Sarah. So I had to remember this life, because when I do the the healings on my, I mentioned it on my channel, so I don't know why, on the Witch Angel channel, and I have done some on Sarah and the Shadow Man. They come from her. I know she's sitting in me, and she's doing, because they get up and walk around. You're multi-dimensional. You've got all these parts of you out there doing things, living other lives, whatever. And they can come and visit, and she sits in there and does that. And it's really weird when I do it. And sometimes when I'm doing channelings, my nose goes really pointy like this. I've seen a photograph of her, very stern, and it's all photograph, and I see my dog in that photograph, the one who died in the COVID, and not with COVID, by the way, and he's been with me off and on in different incarnations for most of my life, so all of them. He's got all of them, because he dog drives him nuts. He is a little git, shall we say. I loved him. My son adored him too. So, yeah, anyway, he was always running off, and which he did in this life too. He was always running off. I have to run after him all the time. So anyway, it's creepy, but he's just showing me about a noose being around my neck because he hung me and he stabbed me, and I was pregnant in this life, which is nice, isn't it? And dragged me along the floor with a noose around my neck to hang us. So there was all sorts of stuff. So I had to relive that, and I don't know, I don't feel right. I've had to wash my hair. I don't feel right. So there's something, I couldn't work it out. I just feel, and I know if you, you know, I've had I'm OCD, and I have a thing about washing my hands all the time, hygiene stuff. Sometimes it's worse than others. I need to feel clean all the time, and I don't feel it. So I don't know if it's something to do with that. He's leaning over that chair looking at me. Go to hell. Sorry. Apologies. But I can see them. I'd love it if you could see. I think there's somebody standing outside. I'm not. Oh yeah, looking in the window. Why haven't you thrown him out? Oh no, I'm being moved like that to ignore him. I can feel my shoulders be moved. So yeah, so that's been interesting. But getting back to it, in the night before I did all this, I was woken up, and how do I explain this? I'm going to get a book and I'm going to show you. 1 second, please. Hello, back again. Sorry about that, but I want to show you properly. So well, about around 4 o'clock, I've been up a couple of times. I hadn't seen anything weird, but I knew that it's a very strange thing. I've talked about this dimension. I call it Narnia. I make my son laugh because he can hear me shouting. I always make him laugh for this. When I can see them all standing there in this dimension, it's almost like it bleeds into mine. I'm frightened of being carried off one night. I really am. And I can see them all standing there very serious, men in black, all in lines, and they're all watching, and it's all around me, but I tend to focus in down the bottom of the bed, and because it's near my wardrobe, I call it Narnia, and I can see into this other dimension, and I shout down there sometimes, Mr. Tumnus, is that you, Mr. Tumnus? I was taking off the Vicar of Dibley when Alice, the vicar, pushes Alice into the cupboard and says, we're going to Narnia, so she can go off and do something. And when she comes back, Alice is still in the cupboard going, Mr. Tumnus, where are you, Mr. Tumnus? So basically that's my joke. But so I'm saying that and I'm thinking, am I here or am I in that field with them? So anyway, so funny enough, this is about Lakeland, and I wanted to show it to you because I fall asleep again, I wake up and I am awake, and I'm lying because one of them is next to me, and it's kind of weird because I'm lying the other way, not facing the edge of the bed. So they're standing in the middle of the bed because it doesn't make any difference to them where they stand, okay? And they're showing me a book like this. I couldn't see the title. I couldn't see what was written. What I want to tell you, it was like a non-fiction book. And it had text like this down one side and pictures like this. So, okay, this is the Lake District. Okay, that's where it is. Okay, which is... it's all very strange, but they showed me pictures like that, okay, and text, and it's very weird because I couldn't read what was said. But if you've watched Harry Potter, and I've had this before, funny enough, in the lakes, but I'll tell you that in a moment. But the pictures were moving. They were of people in this dimension. and some of them were, they were in black and white, and they were, the only way I can describe it to you, the men who sent me, I'm always told, elder statesmen, and they were around a table. I often see them around a conference table. They're wearing frock coats. They're very serious, and I've seen a picture of me sitting at the front with them. I've got a crown on my head, and they are behind me, and one of them's holding blueprints and a map, and pointing to it. And this is really strong. And as I'm saying this to you, I'm seeing some Winston Churchill as well, so I don't know if he's got some involvement in it, but I see him non-stop. I even watched, they're guiding me to signs about him all the time. And I mean, I've been going through some stuff, and he is one of the ultimate symbols of endurance. So I don't know if it's to do with that, but I see him a lot. I even get messages from Churchill Insurance here, and I don't use Churchill Insurance. They just come out of the blue. These are all signs and reminders for something that you'll probably have experienced that in your life. So in these pictures, these men, and they're moving, they're doing things, often around a conference table. Then I saw soldiers somewhere, and I can't remember all of the other ones, but they were moving. It was as if I was peering in to other dimensions, or other parts of this dimension that I see every night, and I can see, I know it's around me. And it's led to some interesting thoughts about reality. I was thinking about quite a few things this morning because of it. I don't know what they want to do with me, but this guy kept turning the pages and letting me see. Very, very odd. And I was still sitting on my bed and looking in my face at night, watching every move. So I'm not sure, but they've been trying to get me to do things with books for ages, but a non-fiction book, I don't understand. I mean, that's beautiful. I just love the place. Right, if you're, right, okay, I can say something here. Right, I don't know if you know about this, but, or you've tried it, or you've seen it before, but sometimes when you take a photograph, or you look at a photograph in a book, you can start seeing spirit faces on it. I did a video on my Sarah and the Shadow Man channel where I got people to have a look at the spirit faces that I had caught. You can even take pictures in a mirror, and you'll be surprised what comes up. So, and I've been seeing some interesting faces, alien faces, in this cabinet as well. There's somebody with, I've seen them go over my face, because that's what they do sometimes. And it's almost like a line down here and then out like here. And then there's another one lying down here, out here and out here. And then the greys. So that kind of worries me. I don't want to be taken off. But I just heard they wouldn't dare, madam, they wouldn't dare. So anyway, very odd things, but that was enthralling. I was enthralled, I have to say. I don't know where it is. Very Victorian looking, but I don't know if that's imagery for something. Very, you know, a communication of some sort. So I don't always know, but there are a lot of people on this plane. I had some very strange things. I was dreaming about my mum again, family, and people that we used to know over the road when I was at home. Very odd. Very strange things. I have weird dreams. I've always had weird dreams. I bet a lot of you out there have as well. So that was happening, and I couldn't tell you what it was for though, but oh, I forgot what I was going to tell you about that. It was leading to something, but I've got so many things to get out to you. I'm so connected to what's going on here at the minute as well. Last night was very scary. Well, it wasn't scary, that's the wrong word to use, just distracting. I'm trying to watch the TV. I'm sitting just over here, and I have another seat in the corner around there, and by the window, and I could see one of them sitting on there. and he was all black, and I think it was a stalker guy. When I say all black, if they're wrong, they look very dirty. They look like they all need a gut scrub. Yeah, which means it's dirty energy, negative energy, for me anyway. And he was sitting there, and I could really see him, and my eyes just kept flicking from the TV. And the others are walking around. Why they can't throw him out and keep him out, I don't know. But if it gets too much, I was told that he was there for the writing, to prompt certain. A medium told me that writing, but he has stalked me, and she told me I was stalked when I was in my 20s on a train going to. I worked in Milton Keynes, and which is not far from London, but funny enough, it's where they filmed one of the Christopher Reeve Supermans who was flying over. You thought it was some fantastic place somewhere. No, it was Milton Keynes. So, which is kind of boring. I think it was the last Christopher Reeve one. I don't know. And but anyway, this guy stalked me on the train. He terrified me, absolutely terrified me. And I was told that it was him. And she swore blind it was him doing it. So I don't know if that guy died or what, but how he's ended up here, or it's part of him, or I don't know, but I would be unnerved. He had a brown leather jacket and like an eagle thing on the back. I had friends, because I had to travel from Milton Keynes all the way to Hemel Hempstead, where I used to live, had my house. And I had to get on the train. Now, there were various other people in the offices that I used to meet in the end, who was a big group of us, so it was great being on the train. We all clubbed together, and there was another girl, he did this too, and she joined our group. She worked somewhere else, and it was great. It was great fun after that, but at first it was very, very scary. I was on my own, and he used to walk up and down the carriages. And then he would come and stand and look at me like that. Once one of the junior partners got on with me, and he was horrified. He made me get off in Berkhamsted, and he drove me the rest of the way to Hemel because he was so shocked. And my husband at the time got on the train looking for him, but he never appeared. So that's why I got my first phone, my Nokia. It was huge. I've still got it somewhere. So I could keep in touch, you know, if he got on. And he scared the life out of me, because he never said anything. He never did anything. He just stared at me. And he would come. I used to be like that. I used to be able to read on train. I can't do that now. I have to be alert. It's all because of that. And eventually I started having panic attacks on the train. So it was nasty. But apparently it was him. Swore blind it was him. So that was nice, wasn't it? So he's haunting me, apparently. And she says, when you go back, when you pass over, you can sort this out. And when you go back, basically, you won't have so much trouble with him again. As if on the other side, you're still having trouble with him, which freaks me. But that leads me on to the nature of reality. And I was thinking about how I see the Men in Black, because I can tell you where they are in the room. I know one's here, I know one stands in the corner there. They're outside. I can see them. They're not fully on at the moment. I always say they switch themselves off a bit, so I'm not too distracted. But there's a lot goes on over the back of the room here. I can see the dimension over the back of the room. I'm looking at it now. I have seen it outside. There's like a white glow around there. There are people at the back there wearing white robes. And they're very, it's almost like they're shimmering with light. So, but they're in the distance, so I can see them there, but they're faint. I'm looking into somewhere else. It is the oddest thing, but I can see them more clearly in my mind. Let me know if you ever see anything here, because I'm doing this so I can get people to see and open their minds to what's going on. But there's somebody over there. And the oddest thing the other day, that when I was doing a video, that my mother and my brother were over there just watching. Very odd. So yeah, there's stuff going on. And it's very odd, you know, when you're sitting watching the TV and then you see all the faces over the TV, and even when you're watching something. Very odd. But that's what they do. And you can't see faces in the TV program. That it records them. Very, very odd. Something went past there. I don't know what that was. If it was outside, no, something's walking. I don't know if you can see him outside. There was something in here though as well. There's a face coming on the TV. They really want you to look. It might have been the candle. No, it was something black went past the TV. Oh yeah. In the window. I can see, oh my God. The guy with the glasses. The candle's moving more. There's no big breeze or anything. I have got the vent open, but the guy with the glasses is there. I can see you. Who's that? There's somebody else out there. I don't know if that's Nathan. I've got purple lights up here. Yeah, they're outside. Their activity's picking up, isn't it, guys? Oh yeah, he's still doing his. Oh, look at the wedding ring. Dream on, Sonny. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Ain't nobody's bee. So, anyway, do I have anything else to tell you? Now, I have done another channeling video on Sarah and the Shadow Men about the 144,000. And Darkness, I channeled Archangel Michael. That was interesting. And I'm hoping to do some more readings, but at the minute it's books, because the channeled message is coming through these books and they want people to see them. They've got a message and it seems to be quite, well, the same one all the time. And they put it out in whichever way. This is a mission. This is almost like a secret mission. I've been told I'm being watched. So Archangel Michael told me that there was darkness around me, that I was being watched. And he doesn't just mean Charlie Harry here. Or James Hendrick. Yeah, that's his name. It's in the book as well. So I'll put a link to that book. You can check it out. I've had to give it a romancy title for Ink It, but basically it is channel. It is my past life. And yeah, because I when I was finishing off the book, I was writing the book, out of the blue, I had some friends. My son was going to go to a school from his, he was moving to a sixth form, that's what I mean. And his close friend, her mother said, basically, why don't we go and meet with these people who know about the school? They're my friends, and we've been invited for dinner. So we went, and I'm in the kitchen with you know, my friend and this woman I'd never met before, and there's her husband chopping up food to put in whatever we were having, I can't remember, chopping it up. And I looked at the knife and I was freaked out. It was a brown handled knife. Now, I know my mum had one years ago, but it freaked me out. And I realised it was like the knife that was used and that I've written about in my book. And that freaked me out. And then when we were talking, sorry, what is going on? Oh, they've got a dog or a cat, a fluffy cat or something like that. I don't know. And so there was this knife, and then we were talking, and they mentioned that they were from around the Lake District, and they started talking about. I said, "Oh, Keswick, oh, that island in the middle. Oh, yes, we know all about that. A recluse used to live there." And that's really weird because I'd written and I'd had no idea. I'd never been told because none of us knew. There's some sort of hospital on there now, or hospital or a home, or it's a house. Yeah, and I could only ever see little bits of it from the shoreline, from, because it's a private island. And she said, "Oh, a recluse used to live there." And I'd written about a recluse living there and all sorts of things, and I was no. Does this mean it's true? Oh, just kind of weird, because they say with your past lives that you carry things into your next life. And I know I must have come back out of short life because I got shot in 1926. These lot were gangsters in New York. I died 1926. I was told that ages ago. So, but it's just so weird. I must have come back. See, when I try to tell you things, sometimes I am blocked. I know I'm blocked because I forget. And I shouldn't forget. There was something really important to talk about with that. I died 1926. Very odd. Oh, that's right. So I swear somebody is interfering on my things because it's driving me nuts. Anyway, so what I was trying to say is that you often bring things from past lives into your present life. Well, I have a curved spine, okay, and terrible. The worst of it is in my neck, apparently. Okay, my neck has affected me for ages. And if you've been hung, you quite often, apparently, have trouble with your neck. So the other thing, my stomach, and I was knifed in the stomach in this life. So, so I don't know, but there are a lot of strange things, a lot of strange coincidences with this. So why couldn't they have reminded me of a nice life? But there it is. Anyway, so I am doing a course well, I'm going to finish it eventually, a past life regression. Wouldn't that be fun? We could do that. That would be excellent. I can add that to my website. I may look at hypnosis. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I hope that hasn't scared you too much. Okay, and let me know if you see any of these people who are standing there, who are standing guard over me. So that's lovely. Thank you. Apart from that one over there. And yeah, let me know. So please like, share, subscribe. Check out Sarah and the Shadow Men. I also have a tarot channel. And I'm offering angel coaching if you want to know about angels, how to connect with them, set up a spiritual business where they do all sorts with angels, archangels, everything, healing with angels, that kind of thing. Check out my website. I also do psychic development coaching, which is full on. We do everything in that. So check that out. And healing. And you can have a personal reading as well. Angel Life Path readings are so popular. I just do that at the moment. So let me know. And what else? Check my books out on Inca, especially that one. I will put a link in the description. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think of it. And I think that, oh my god, there's somebody trying to really, all right, that's freaking me out. What do you want? Who are you? Somebody with a cat. Oh, two cats. Was he Blofeld? I don't know what's happening. I keep seeing sort of white though, I don't know, but not just the cats. Oh no. I have two people who dance all the time in the room. I don't know who they are. I've watched them suspiciously. I think they're with him. But they come in and they wear white. Oh, I'm going prickly. Let me know if you see anything. I'm going prickly down the back of my head. There, he's there. You know when you see it out the corner of your eye? You can't see him on the camera. It's causing disruption. Right, he's showing me bits from the book, and he's got a little boy running around. It's a bit of a harrowing read. It's horror, it's ghost, it's everything. And it's romance. Why do you keep leaning over trying to get my attention? Okay, I'm gonna go because it's stepping up here. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time. And don't have nightmares. I might, but you won't. Take care. Bye.